I'm Daniel Fust.
I'm Kieran Wolk.
And my name is Kingnan.
And we're Team DKK, and we worked on project number 2, the audio board.
Well, as you can see here, this is our GUI. The first thing that we did was sit down together and brainstorm what to include and like the basic layout of it. Then I went and included the graph where you can see the different graphs of what your music or a song would be like. Down here you got the piano, and then down here you have the we decided to do a 3x3 sample box music system where you can upload up to 9 songs or music of your choice. Right here you have your list of effects, and up here you have the tone generation. Down here you have the stereo and mono, start, stop, chop, and the speed. The most important, I guess, thing to this layout is to create a unique tag where you can like go back and check and upload your own unique code to that specific button. And yeah.
Hey guys, Kieran here. So in order to use our audio sampler, the very first thing to do is to load some samples. We're going to pick some Sam Smith, some Nelly Furtado, and some Red Hot Chili Peppers. All the user has to do is click this load button, and then a browser shows up with all the user's .wav files in it. From there, all the user needs to do is click play. Let's look at the code. So, the UI get file opens the browser with all the .wav files for the user to take in. Then we convert the file to a form that MATLAB can access. If the file is a mono file, we're going to double the columns so that some of the functions that need a stereo file can work. At this point, I label all the samples in the handles structure. So this means that it's important to upload using sample 1 first before trying to upload in other buttons, because the handles will show up as empty if that's the case. Once the play button is pushed, the player initializes and we create a plot in addition. So here's an example. Take a look. We're going to hit the play button for sample 2.
That throwing you off?
Nope. And there's the graph.
Didn't think so.
And there's Nelly Furtado.
To chop a sample, the user has to select a sample, go over and input the start and stop times in seconds, and then hit the chop button to apply. This function also works for non-integer times. Input from the text boxes are converted to double and put into a handle. When the user presses the chop button, the handle is retrieved and a new clip is made that plays from the time range designated by the text boxes.
So the next feature of the audio board we're going to be looking at is the effects. Now, to prepare for this, I have loaded in 5 identical samples that you're just going to have to take my word for are the same. And they're each 5 seconds long using our chop functionality. And so what we're going to do here is apply one of the effects to each sample, and you get to hear how they're different. This is the original sample.
In my city, got it point blank periodically, empty seats down in Cipriani's like.
Alright, so now we're going to select sample 1 and reverse it. The beat still sounds cool, but the music is decidedly different. We're going to go to sample 2 now and hit the delay, which creates a little bit of an echo.
Yeah, my city got it.
Not so nice to listen to. Now we go to sample 3 and we're going to do low pass filtering, which will sound a little distorted.
Yeah, my city got it. Point blank, periodic. Empty seats down in Cipriani.
Sample 4, we are going to speed up. Now, it's important on the speed up functionality that we toggle the speed bar. This is 100% of speed, and it goes up to 200% of speed. So let's set it right around 150% of speed. Select the faster button, and then let's play.
Yeah, my city got it. Point blank, periodically. Empty seats down in Cipriani.
Wow, that was super fun. Finally, we are going to go to sample 5, the voice removal feature. There are still some vocals present, but they really are minimized. Now, it's worth noting that while the faster button, when unchecked, will just revert the chopped sample back to normal speed, we have implemented the functionality where removing the checks, any of the checks on the other buttons, will simply revert them back to their initial sample, pre-chop. Super great for the user.
To generate a tone, all you have to do is input a frequency into this tone generation box and click Start Tone. And then to stop it, click Stop Tone. Now this will stop after 60 seconds. If you want to listen to a tone for more than 60 seconds, then you're insane, because it's a pure tone. But then, if you want to make a square wave to make a little different sounding tone, just click the square wave checkbox and click Start Tone. And then that's enough of that. And there you have it. So what we have here is a 3-octave keyboard. Kind of messed up that chord there, but you get the point. So the way this works is we have this function over here that generates keyboard tones. Now these aren't just pure tones. I added some overtones here just to make it simulate more of an instrument sound. Because as you could tell from earlier, listening to pure tones is pretty unbearable. Each of these tones will play for 7 seconds and will decay exponentially. And upon loading the GUI, these tones should initialize so that the loading time is much faster when you hit one of the play buttons.
An additional functionality of our audio board is the ability to switch from stereo to mono. Now, in our load function, when we load in a new song or sample, the songs are all loaded in whatever form they came, be that stereo or mono. And if it's loaded in mono, we just duplicate the columns of the audio array to essentially make it a stereo file. So here, after we select a sample, we can choose to put it in stereo, which essentially is its initial form. However, if we would like to play it in mono, we can choose that for the effect. And then when it's played, it will have the average of both columns together listed as column 1 and column 2. And it's great to switch back and forth. You can do that. It's going to be just a wild ride, so enjoy that function as well.